Hello, everybody, to another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Sky Randomizer match. This one's I believe, winner quarterfinals, right? Winners round 3 against halqery and Carbasi. Carbasi coming from that upset versus Easton 8 to go into one of the more frightened people in this tournament. halqery, probably one of the oldest members participating in this tournament.
Indeed, one of the most older.
And you know, these are basically like old gen versus new gen kind of matchup. Carbasi, I believe, only runs 1 or 2 Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Only a couple of categories of that. Very decently new player to all this, and halqery, you know, has been here since the stones have set very early into our community. So this will be a very interesting match.
Yeah, as far as I know, Carbasi is mainly a super runner. Well, Hulk has done every single game.
Yeah, Hulk has done every single game, and also every single game in one sitting, which very few people can say that of.
Yeah, that's a pretty big achievement. Not many people can have the stamina to do that, and the knowledge to complete it.
Oh yeah, especially with a game like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, where you can easily tilt, and just, you know, get into the mindset of not being able to finish, even though you definitely can. We have given these players the go-ahead, so we should be able to see them start very soon.
They are in the same seat, right? I cannot see the numbers.
Yes, they are.
Okay, nice. So, what are your predictions? Just knowing how these players have played at the
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be very careful with my words here because I have a very, very nice friend on one of these sides. But I believe this game will come down to whoever keeps a level head, whoever can go through the BS and just, you know, play with a decent head. Carbasi has been shown to have, you know, decent skills. I believe halqery has the edge there in terms of just raw skill. But this is a randomizer, and you got to know how to do everything.
Carbasi picking a Gligar as a main and Banette as the partner. And
Very.
Also, I forgot the name. I just said it. Glalie? No.
Gligar.
Gligar.
You're fine. It looks like the Glalie not the Glalie. You have my mind on Glalie now. The Gligar has, you know, a decent moveset. It's passable. It's a Ice Ball Razor Leaf, I think I saw. And then the Banette, I think, has definitely a better moveset than the Krabby. If I'm not mistaken, I think Krabby's just okay. It's not amazing or anything. I think the Banette's definitely a better partner in that regard.
Checking the stats at level 15, which is around the level you end up in the randomizer, they both seem to have mediocre stats, although Banette has a bigger HP pool, so that will be more helpful.
Yeah, you really want to prioritize your partner to live, right? Your partner, you know, sometimes just does dumb things. It's really easy for your partner to get stuck into weird scenarios that they might not necessarily be able to get out of with just their base AI. And, like, you know, you just want to bulk your partner. They don't have to really dish out a ton of damage, since you're the one that might be doing the bulk of the damage, rather through, you know, throwing rare fossils or other stuff of the sort.
What are those? I don't know rare fossils.
Rare fossils. Rare fossils is like, if you've played these games and you don't know what rare fossils are, I wouldn't fault you at all, because they're a very rare item. That's why they say rare fossils, right? And they're only found by opening up certain boxes that you can find in the post game. And the reason why they're so rare is that they're throne-held items like gravelly rocks and geopebbles and stuff like that. But instead of doing like very low amounts of damage, they do 100 damage, regardless of the stats of the other Pokemon in question.
Yeah.
So, and since it's a randomizer, you can find those kind of things on the ground. So it's not that far-fetched to get a ton of them in like any sort of seed, and to be relying on them as your main damage source. See, we see halqery picking up the first rare fossils I've seen so far.
Oh, and Carbasi just took a death relating to Beach Cave, which is the first dungeon of the random. Which is not as bad because it's just the first dungeon and you don't have any items to really lose here. Although Hark already in the first boss fight, which are supposed to be coughing and so bad, but no problems there, besides sleeping a bit.
I'm sorry, we missed a lot of that stuff that was happening on screen as I was rambling about rare fossils. You see halqery using a one-room orb, which is actually very interesting, because it basically just tells you where the stairs are. You need to go just find them still, right? But especially on a room like that where there's water in them, that might be beneficial to you, especially to halqery. I guess both of these players have this very distinct distinction that they can walk over water tiles.
Yeah. Although Carbasi has the added benefit that he can also go above air tiles.
And we'll see there's a lot of tile sets in these games that have the air pockets, but we'll see if we run into any of those throughout our 10 dungeons. We see Carbasi finding some rare fossils. The quirk about the first dungeon is that you can only have a one inventory slot, so you really have to consider what you want there. A lot of runners will tend to pick up rare fossils if they find some. Those are just super valuable items that they want to use as much as they can.
Yeah, although some other runners may prefer some mobility like a warp scarf or a mobile scarf, or survivability if they find a reviver seed.
Oh, yeah, I think no one would argue with you in saying that reviver seeds are just the best thing to have, period, because there's with rare fossils you can circumvent a lot of the dumb situations you can find yourself in, but sometimes that's not enough. You find something with what is that broken ability that lets you attack twice with no item held? Unburden? Yeah, you find something with unburden that just hits you hard twice in a row. Or you find something that puts you to sleep, or just something that does too much damage.
Sorry, I think that Krabi has Levitate, and Gligar in halqery's team has Earthquake.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Because Krabi was not taking damage anytime from those Earthquake.
I see what you're saying. That's a good thing to point out. Also, halqery is not opting to just give up instantly. Maybe he has rare fossils in his inventory still. But for those that don't know, this is the first dungeon in the game with the guild in the actual game, right? So you get to a point where they want you to beat this dungeon. So if you can't and you die twice, the guildmaster will give you some items to help you out with, and that includes a reviver seed, a max elixir, and 1 or 2 Orton berries. I can't remember how many Orton berries.
I think Hulk is already in...
Oh wait, is he already in
Bristle.
Mount Horn? Oh my god.
No, in Bristle, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention then. I swear he was on Drenched and just died at the near end of Drenched.
Yeah, I also thought that he was in Dredgebluff, but now I'm seeing Carbasi, which I know he's behind, in a different tile set, so yeah, Hulk has to be in...
Yeah, Hulk has to be in,
in non-Bristle. That went fast. It has to have gone fast for us to not notice.
Yeah. I saw the Vulpix Tower with all these like Sky Tower layouts and Sky Tower tile set for the second dungeon, but
that's giving me PTSD. Oh, Panet. On halqery's screen. Not much of a problem there. But yeah. Stab Earthquake with a Levitate partner. That is one of the best things that you can probably have in this game.
Yeah, I don't think I could think of many other things except for like maybe Heat Wave or the types of room range moves that just don't attack your partner.
Yeah, because immunities in this game do not exist like they do in main series, where, for example, electric moves don't work on ground types. They do in this game, although like a quarter of the damage, more or less, a third. I cannot remember the numbers.
Yeah,
but
it's something small. It's like an eighth or a quarter.
Yeah.
I do
So
know
they
that
all,
super effective type moves are calculated differently. It's a 1.5 boost instead of a 2 times boost. I can't remember if it's an eighth or a quarter. For not very like the ones that shouldn't be hitting you but do anyway.
yeah. So the only way to have a real immunity is to have an ability that avoids all the damage, like water absorb or water moves to be immune to those, or lightning rod to be immune to electric moves, and in this case levitate to be immune to pretty much all ground moves.
I guess we're one tile set behind, man, aren't we? Halqery and Waterfall Cave with the Mount Bristle tile set.
And yes, stuff and is the same as main series, which is much better here
Yeah,
than having a super effective move.
that's the reason why stab is so important in PMD just in general, is that stab is basically having a super effective coverage over everything. And it just stacks with, like, you know, the other stuff like super effective times. Stab is a 2x, like in main series games.
That's the main reason in the first two PMDs we main most of the time a normal type with a lot of stab move, which they are pretty broken.
Oh yeah.
Everything is miserable. Miserable spring, was it? Oh my god, Hulk getting stir frozen.
Very good waterfall cave for him. Yeah, he's already out of it. And going to the shop, buying some rare fossils. There's a couple items that Kecleon just cannot process making you pay for, because he's not supposed to have them in the first place, and you're not supposed to sell them to him in the first place. The couple that we very commonly see our runners pick up are golden seeds, golden apples, and rare fossils. Coincidentally, 3 of the best items to have in your bag outside of reviver seeds.
Who would have thought that rare fossils were the most common item you want? Oh, and a lock-on specs for Hulk. Those will make all of his rare fossils really much good.
Yeah.
Never miss them. Although, can they miss? I don't think so, right?
They still can, but it's a very small chance. It's not like the 75 to 80% that it is regularly. It's more like 95 to 99%.
Oh, I just noticed something too. Gligar has Trace as an ability, so that means that Earthquake is not always a staff move, because he's going to be hit more than once probably, and only the first time is going to be staff. So yeah, a bit less good, but still pretty good.
Are you thinking of color change? I thought Trace was copying the ability of the Pokemon that attacks you.
Or was it color change? Now I'm doubting myself.
Yeah, no, it's Trace. So it's just based on the ability of the thing.
Yeah, never mind. I'm completely wrong.
No, you're good.
How's your boy doing? Ah.
We see Carbasi in Mount Bristle still, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And Halqery is currently in the Applewoods equivalent.
Isn't this the vanilla Applewoods tile set?
It's close, I think, if it actually is. I don't remember seeing water in Applewoods, but I think this is still the Applewoods tile set.
More rare fossils from Carbasi, never bad to have more.
Oh yeah, as long as you start using them. We had a man the other race start collecting them. He didn't want to use them, and it ended with like 80 rare fossils in his bag.
I wonder who that person is. What were they thinking?
I don't know, man. But hey, they
Maybe
won, didn't they? They must have been doing something right.
Yeah, maybe. Probably. Oops. Anyways, Hulk having near no problems here in Applewoods, while Carbasi almost dying in Mount Bristle.
We definitely like walked over this, but Carbasi has found multiple golden seeds and put them all on his starter. The Gligar he's currently at is at level 20 instead of the level 11 that's on Halq's screen.
Considering he has a ghost type partner, I would have put it on the partner and just leave it there, waiting.
I can understand putting it on the starter though, especially with the moveset he currently had. Ice Ball, Leaf Storm is not a great moveset, and he was probably just fishing for a level up move.
Yeah, which is also fair.
Yeah, because he got Shadow Claw from that level up move set, and that's definitely something that's way better than anything else he had on his thing.
Hulk already in the last floor and just using up your zero.
Yeah, he wants to get out of here before something happens to him. I can't blame him. Applewoods is the second longest dungeon in the game that you find.
Ooh, Earthquake for...
We see Carbasi picking up Earthquake. Maybe he might not teach it even just because it's a Earthquake and it will hurt the net.
Yeah. We need to remember that Hulk's Krabby has a Levitate, that's an ability, so he's immune to that. So no problems using it.
Yeah, but we can say that this Bidoof Nose Pass most likely does not. So we'll see if Halq has the sense of mind to not use Earthquake, because that might it probably won't one-shot the Nose Pass. Nose Pass is like one of the bulkiest Pokemon in this game at this kind of level. Outside of Probopass that we don't see because it is banned in this set.
Do you know by any chance what level Bidoof is?
14 here, 16 in a horn, if I'm not mistaken.
14, okay. Let me check how good Nosepass is. Oh, it's pretty good. Yep, yeah, it's pretty good.
Nosepass is in like the top 10 just best Pokemon by base stats. Just because HP and defense inflate that a little bit, but that survivability definitely is something you should prefer.
Yep. So, unless this Bidoof decides to go on an adventure by himself, he's probably not going to die.
Mm-hmm. And there is like that chance of him getting by himself because Halq's two starter partner combo can walk across water. And I guess air because of Levitate, right? Is that a secondary effect of Levitate?
I have no idea of that one.
But with like water everywhere, he has to be very mindful of how he's moving around water tiles just so the Nose Pass doesn't get left behind. Even when you don't have the what is it? I completely lost my thought. Even if you don't have things that can walk across water, if you're cutting corners and stuff, that still might make the third Pokemon AI just not to be good and just get lost.
Oh my, Hulk already finishing Craggy Coast and Carbasi just entering Waterfall Cave. He's pretty behind.
It's not that great to see. It's just unfortunate. Carbasi definitely died a couple times in ways that were just very interesting. And a lot out of his control, someone would say.
Yeah, although I don't think Carbasi knows that he's that behind. Because this time, it's pretty normal for someone to be in either Waterfall Cave or Applewoods, but not in Mount Horn like Hulk is now.
Yeah, he's definitely schmooving a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, agility.
Agility's definitely.
Oh, he's not learning.
Very interesting take. I guess he finds Endure to be more useful than Agility. I guess just for possible survivability. And like Agility doesn't really have you don't get to attack multiple times with Agility. It's just you get to move and then attack maybe in spots where you're not able to. So I think him thinking Endure is a better bet might, you know, just be correct in this scenario, even though if it's niche.
Yeah, but I think agility is too good to pass on. Maybe another move he's not using. Well, you should not be using any moves at this point. So mostly support moves are the key at this point in the game. Unless you're insane.
Time Squirtle. What the heck am I looking at?
Power of the randomizer.
You love to see it.
Hal trying to not wake up the side of to avoid unnecessary fight.
He just doesn't want to fight it.
It's a strat that a lot of runners are using in normal runs and these too, avoiding fights, because fights are slow, especially if you're missing. So you want to avoid the most fights as possible.
Yeah, and especially since like the hope is that you're running two Pokemon that can kind of have very good early game base stats, that you don't need to rely on level ups nearly as much as something like running Cresselia, which isn't really good until it gets to like level 13, 14, or 15.
Are you sure Cresselia is good? I still have nightmares of that.
Everyone's a little jaded from the actual third member Cresselia and the actual games.
God, she was so useless. Ooh, halqery deciding to leave his
he's giving
alone.
Deciding that going that way was better than just going the other way and leaving Nose Pass with him. It paid off in the end, but that could have been catastrophically bad if he found something too bad. You can see the accuracy of the rare fossil on Carbasi's screen. I think he missed 2 or 3 of them before he got one to connect on who he wanted it to hit.
Yeah, and Hulk basically not missing anything thanks to his lock-on specs.
Lock-on specs is definitely like, I think top 5 held items you could have. I think it might be better than Space Globe in this scenario, in like these types of races.
You think Space Globe is a good item?
It's marginally good, right? It's better than like a power band or a special band.
I'm not quite sure. Honestly, I think I prefer the raw stats of a power or a special band.
I think it depends on the moves you have, right, too, because Space Globe is based on your move power, and power and special bands are based on your stats.
Okay, yeah, fine, yeah, I can see that.
You can see something to notice. halqery is out of rare fossils right now. He keeps doing L plus R to try to throw something, and he does not see, or he does not get any rare fossils out. So something to note is that we completely passed over this when we were fighting the Drowsy, replacement. But bosses in this game have a set health pool, and that doesn't change. That health is constant. Drowsy has 100 health, which is why people just opt to throw rare fossils at it for a 1-turn fight or a 2-turn fight. But the Groudon at the very end of this race that you need to beat, the last thing you do before you finish is you have to fight Groudon, and that has 500 health. And a lot of people it's better to throw rare fossils at it because you don't have the attacking prowess to hit it for 100 plus most of the time.
This is going to really slow down Hulk, maybe giving Carbasi time to catch. But if he wants to catch up, he needs to do it quick because Hulk is already.
Calc still has a very comfortable dungeon lead, but he did take a seed from that Hyper Beam Marowak.
Yeah, we can see her slowing down a lot without those red fossils and not having moves to quickly dispose of his enemies.
Yeah, and he's even getting to the point where he might be having to be careful about healing. Yeah, he has to use his heal seed on the poison right here. And you preferably would like to use a heal seed. I guess in this way it's a pretty good use of it because you're not going to die. But using it to be faster in some capacity, like throwing at your partner that is paralysis or like any other sort of stuff like that would be better than using it on like something you could do with a P.E.K.K.A berry, in theory.
Hulk having to fight pretty much everything in one of the smallest layers possible.
Oh, and he's going to take another seed from the Krabby from a corner hit of Bug Buzz. Definitely something unfortunate that you see, but that's 3 floors from him and losing 2 seeds. That's pretty significant, if I would say. I think he might be out of them at that point. It's rather that or he has 1 in his back pocket.
Unless he pick up another one or both one and we didn't see it, he should be out of that.
Yeah, because you do get 2 reviver seeds by just going through the game and getting them from rewards. Halk actually utilizing the fact that there's a warp trap in that corner to warp away and get into another room. But the Krabby still doesn't have any attacking moves turned on, so he's just going to run away from this Alakazam.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah.
Over the power.
And just... Yeah, and just because he didn't turn on the Krabby's moveset, the Krabby's going to die, and he's going to go back to the beginning of Craggy Coast with 0 rare fossils and 0 reviver seeds.
At least he died early in the dungeon, not in the last floor. Though Hulk now getting some healing items, which are pretty rare. You don't normally have the luxury in the randomizer to have orange berries or citrus berries to heal damage. But yeah, Hulk having taken a death, not having many resources, especially not having rare fossils, is giving Carbasi ample time to get up. Considering that Carbasi has a better partner, that's why he is in a pretty good position to catch up, regardless of the dungeon Hulk is in.
And you know, this is where the mental starts getting tested, right? You've died here, you have no seeds, you've picked up some golden seeds here, you're gonna try to use them to try to get some sort of leverage, but you really have to stay in that mental state, because you can start chaining deaths left and right.
Yeah, the deal is real for some players. Just dying once can kill a lot a player and start making decisions that they will normally not make.
Just in
like
terms
taking
of...
more risks when that's not needed. In the sake of time. Ooh.
Electrode with Roar of Time is scary. That's not even the one. He has to throw another one.
Oh, he's too far away.
And he's too far away. Oh my gosh.
At least he did not grow again. That's
You definitely... That's when the rare fossils are so important, right? To get out of those kind of situations. That Electrode could have Roar of Timed at any moment while walking towards them, and the more chances you get that going, the worse off you might end up being, just in terms of dying constantly.
Getting his first set of fossils after his death.
He might opt to just save those, because he's getting closer and closer to the final boss, and he knows in the back of the head that he needs some of those rare fossils.
Carbasi just lost both of his revived seeds to a Weezing at the same time.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see either.
That's pretty bad.
And this is Craggy he's still in, right? The tile sets are similar.
Carbasi is in Mount at the moment.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
in Foggy. One dungeon difference, although Carbasi is in the longest one.
Yeah,
of the
and Hal's
randomizer.
getting close. I think he's 1 or 2 floors away from finishing the dungeon he's currently in.
Yep. Oh, I see that halqery has protect. That could be very useful against Groudon. Just having just protect instead of attacking. Because his moves are not good at all, and he has nothing linked. So his partner is mostly HP pool and extra HP pool to defeat them.
Yeah. These are like the 5th or 6th time I've seen hidden stairs in the same room as actual stairs for halqery. For those of you that aren't super familiar, hidden stairs happen in some dungeons, and they're just random luck. Sometimes they spawn, and you usually can't see them until you step on them. There is an item called the goggle specs in this game that will give you the location of those, which is why I think goggle specs is like one of the better items you can get. But the fact of the matter is hidden stairs are technically slower than regular stairs because you have to go through another room, rather that be like a special loot room or a secret bazaar. So if you see hidden stairs right next to regular stairs, it's actually faster in most cases to go through the regular stairs because you don't have to go through that little animation of going through to another room.
Yeah. Hulk is now in the last dungeon in Steam Cave, having some nice Mount Thunder layouts for Applewoods in this game.
You love to see it.
To use to the BRT.
Oh yeah.
One.
When he
Ooh,
does
taking
take a death, let's see if he keeps his rare fossils. That's the one item he wants to keep in his bag. We'll see.
Anything else can go away, but not the rare fossils.
Are we gonna check? Nope, he lost them. So that's terrifying. As a runner, that is terrifying to go see that you're only a dungeon, 2 dungeons away from the boss and you don't really have any good counters to it. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Because the boss is super easy. But sometimes it definitely does matter, especially when the boss is scary.
This is giving Carbasi some much needed time to catch up.
Yeah. You see Carbasi kind of, I think, understanding the this nose pass might die.
Oh, a Reviser seed, no!
Yeah, he gets Reviser seeds.
He died in the 12th floor. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that might put him out of this.
Yeah.
But who knows? They're both in the same position. No Reviver seeds. Probably no rare fossils on both. Just halqery is now 2 dungeons ahead. We'll have to see if he's able to get up. Actually, did I see that he kept his rare fossils? On Carbasi's side.
I don't know, but he has some right in front of him. So
Oh yeah.
that's pretty good. Oh, okay. I thought that.
Oh, he
other
did.
tier
He
was
does.
going to- he's fine. I hope.
I think he actually has, I think, like 25 now. I think I saw the numbers 21 on my screen when I was looking through his inventory very quickly.
Amateur. Get 80. Come on. Do it.
He might get to the point where he starts literally throwing these things.
Yeah. Oh, we are already past 30 minutes. In my case, at this point, I am already sweating because I think my opponent is going to be winning already.
Oh yeah.
The 30-minute mark is like the prime to be worried if you think you are behind. Because most people's PVs are in the 30s and 40s.
Especially on these upper level bracket matches, your average times are going to be sitting around 35 to 40 minutes, if not better. So both these players are probably thinking, how close is the other player to finishing? And that's definitely going to affect their decision making too. They cannot see where the other person is. So halqery doesn't know if Carbasi is about to fight Groudon or if he's still on Mountain Horn.
We know that because we are watching both. But yeah, the players cannot know where the other person is. The only thing they can know is the other person already won, or if the other person forfeited.
That was oh my god, so much stuff just happened. halqery picked up 12 rare fossils, and then he almost got fissured by a Shuppet on the last floor of the dungeon. If that would have hit, that might have been it for just the psyche. I definitely would have been like, oh my god, what's happening to me if I got hit by a one-hit KO move on the last floor of a dungeon.
Yeah, that is extremely tilting. But we are already in Goofy's retreat for Hulk.
Yep, Hulk.
Last dungeon of the game. 7th floor. Plus the boss.
He is only 5 floors away from greatness right now. 4 floors in a boss fight. He's definitely setting himself up well. He doesn't have any Reviver Seeds, but he definitely has the rare fossils to be able to power through the boss when he gets there.
Yeah. Do you know if he kept his Logon spec?
Yes. Oh, wait, no. He might have not, actually. Yeah, no, he doesn't.
No, he didn't. Reviser Seed to the water.
We see Hulk doing the correct play, which is throwing Reviser Seeds away. Because if you die with one, it's just literally like 30 seconds of nothing. And he picked it up again.
Come on, Hulk, you just threw it. Throw it again.
No, that is the same Reviser Seed he just threw, but it just fell on the ground.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Carbasi finishing on Horn, entering Foggy Forest. He is extremely behind, halqery being in the last dungeon possible, although he has not won it yet. Groudon can have multiple things that can.
Oh yeah, Groudon can definitely mess with you very greatly.
Yeah. I remember being in a practice room, I was aiming for a 35 finish time, end up having a 55 finish time because Groudon decided to have countermeasure and it did not have a rare fossils. Which is painful.
Machop, this is actually kind of okay. Like, Machop is better than you think it is, especially with that kind of move.
Yeah, that's the correct play. Having Krabby tank with protect.
Yeah, and Hulk's gonna finish this off just throwing rare fossils at it.
Yeah.
With Krabby spamming protect like this, the Machop can't really do anything to his team.
If he can hit the moves, that's the thing. And that's GG.
And he will finish with a 36:02. Very respectable time.
Yep, pretty good time.
Yeah, it was a nice recovery too. That's a 36 with how many deaths places? Like 2 or 3 deaths around?
Yeah, I think it was like 3 deaths. Thankfully none pretty late in the most of them pretty early. Most of the problems came with losing items. In the meantime, we see Carbasi having some troubles with a Lainun? No. Correct. Those are not pretty tanky, low HP, not many defenses, but they can be pretty powerful if they have a staff. Here we are waiting also for Hulk to have a winner's interview.
Yep.
Any moment now.
It always takes the bot a little bit. We also had to mark him finished. He'll be here very momentarily. Yeah, I didn't have it open either. Hello, and we're here with our winner halqery.
Hi. Hello.
You sound very defeated right now.
I have never missed so many moves in my life.
Did you ever check
Everything, the ability of the
Gligar?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty, I checked them both at the beginning. That's why I knew I was okay to use Earthquake, because I saw Krabby had Levitate.
Mm-hmm. So,
It was Trace and Flame Body. That's why everything kept getting burned when they attacked me.
yeah.
I did not see the part when you checked the ability, so I just noticed that Gary was not taking damage with Earthquake. That I noticed that it was adapted.
Every move Gligar must have is it must be really low accuracy or something, because that was atrocious.
I mean, what was it? Ice
Earthquake,
Ball.
Ice Ball, Leaf Storm.
Yeah, I think all of them have less than stellar accuracy just because of the nature of the move type.
I didn't think they would nerf Earthquake's accuracy because it's something that you can damage your whole team with, so I figured that's the trade-off to it being so powerful.
Maybe they noticed that you were using a Levitate Krabby and they just nerfed it a bit more.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably better things to pick than Krabby. I just wanted something that can go through water with me, and that was the first thing I saw.
Yeah, Carbasi picked up a Banette for that same very reason, I would assume.
Is Banette good?
It's better than Krabby.
It's better than Krabby.
Understood.
But yeah, both of you guys had similar ideas with your starter partner combo. You both chose Gligar because Gligar is one of the best, probably like top 15, easily top 10 Pokemon to choose. And then choosing a partner that allowed you to have extra mobility.
Yeah, I took a risk skipping so many shops because it always helps with rare fossils. Case in point, every time I had to use my moves, I was always let down.
Mm-hmm. And you definitely ran out of rare fossils way earlier than I would expect someone to run out of rare fossils, just because you were
utilizing. I wanted to burn them all
lot.
on Mount Horn because I wanted to make sure I got through Mount Horn. That was
yeah.
I could wipe in Foggy Forest all day and I wouldn't care.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I'm out of Mount Horn, I don't.
Yeah, it's because Mount Horn's long, plus Biyoof is there.
Yeah.
It's definitely an understandable play to make.
Yeah, alright, so that's the thing. I didn't trust Speedoof that much, but like as I got to the end of the dungeon, I'm like, oh wait, that's a Nose Pass. Nose Pass is like one of the best Pokemon in the game. Why am I not like letting him like taking these chances? Like every time there was a water puddle that me and Krabby could cross, I would find another way.
Yeah.
I definitely should have trusted, or at least attempted to trust Speedoof.
I don't know. It's hard to make that judgment call.
The only move I ever saw it use was Facade. I don't know what else it has.
On the contrary, Carbasi definitely took a couple deaths in Mount Horn with that actual approach of, oh, this is a Nose Pass. This could hold up pretty well. And I think
Carbasi now?
He is
middle of
Steam Cave.
Or middle of Steam Cave now.
The first part of Steam Cave?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, they're not making bad time at all. Like I know their first 2 runs ended about an hour, so I was kind of confident going into this, but that's not a bad time at all for them.
Oh, definitely, especially since I don't think that Machop definitely shouldn't give Carbasi that much trouble.
I had that strategy the moment Krabby learned Protect. I had that Groudon strat envisioned of just hiding behind the Krabby and throwing rocks while he sits there protecting. That Focus Blast hurt. I'm pretty sure that's the second time I've seen him chop Groudon with Focus Blast in this tournament. I'm pretty sure your match was the last time. If I'm not mistaken.
Very good.
But yeah.
Another thing that I saw, I think it was you that was learning agility but passed on this.
I thought it was on Krabby in the moment. Like I didn't notice I had Endure and I mistook it for Protect. So I'm like, oh, I don't need this on Krabby. I don't want Krabby spamming this. So
yeah. I mean, to be fair, both moves have their merit. Endure has some utility. We definitely saw it at one of these races. We had a racer utilize Endure very, very well. So I see that there's, utility in both of those moves. So I was just thinking you thought Endure, you were inspired by that player to keep Endure on your moveset.
Yeah. I don't know what it is that attracts me to bad Pokemon, but I gave that Krabby 2 Golden Seeds and it still couldn't OHKO anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Krabby less than stellar stats. Even at level 15.
Yeah, I thought it could, you know, I thought it would have a decent attack stat because it does in main series, but
It's like middle high. It's not like anything to grind home about though.
I think it was middle low actually.
yeah, but you know, it worked out. So.
Oh yeah. And you have
There's so many layout. Like I mean, there was so many what do you call it? Sky Tower, Chasm Cave layouts. Like I was so over it.
Yeah.
Just
I
what
think
you sign
everyone's-
up for. There's like 4 or 5 main like types of floors you can see that are more common than the rest, and those are two ones that people probably wish weren't.
Right, like if I have any advice for people that are wanting to get better at this, it's learn those layouts. Because at the beginning of the game, like I think it might have been one of the first floors I was on, I immediately recognized it was one of those floors with all the rooms in the middle. So it kept me from going around the right side and making a big old circle down the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Map. So
Yeah.
knowing the layouts is really important.
Layout recognition is really one of the most important skills you can have in the randomizer.
Is Carbasi done yet?
He's in the last floor of Opa.
He's about to fight Groudon.
Okay, they marked it on the next time. I'm gonna record this. Oh, sorry for spoiling.
Man.
Whoa, spoilers.
Whoa, spoilers, dude.
Anyway, I think there was a bit of interference, so we are watching Carbasi get to Groudon. I hope he can finish it.
Yeah. It seems like he's just gonna get a ton of just damage on here.
Man, everyone's on the edge of their seat. Let me watch. I wasn't watching.
And there you go, he'll finish.
And he finished.
Damaged.
Oh.
Hopefully we'll get them in here for a quick chat. I believe he did it. He made great time. 44 is a very, very good time, in my opinion.
No, they're on the other channel. You can drag them in.
Maybe he's
Or
preparing.
I can just let him prepare.
I mean, I think Candid interviews are better personally, but you're the commentator.
Amen.
I mean, we know you want some time with him, but let them.
I want to pick his brain so badly. I want to compare notes about how many earthquakes. Or no, he didn't have earthquake. How many
He found it.
storms and ice balls we each missed.
He found it, but I don't think he taught it.
And we are joined with our other runner, Carbasi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, yeah.
It's great to hear. 44 is not a bad time in any stretch of the imagination. You did play very well for what you were given, in my opinion.
Yeah, I started having hunger problems in Mont Bristle, and that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, definitely not. It was funny, halqery was just talking about the idea of leaving the nose pass behind, because nose pass is just so bulky at that stage of the game. But it seems like you definitely got punished more than he did in that aspect.
Yeah, I got a bit overconfident at that point. Thought I'd get to the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
That's a risk not many people like to take, but some do, and some pay the price for that. Sadly.
Did you see any other moves on the nose pass besides Facade? That's literally it used Facade once, and that was it.
Not that I can't remember what moves. I did see Facade.
Okay.
Don't remember anything else.
Understandable.
I mean, Nosepass doesn't have very many moves to begin with. I think he might only have 2 moves at level 14.
I wonder if it's possible for the Sky Temple randomizer, like the crystal randomizer we use, to make it so all Pokemon start with 4 moves. I feel like that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that will change a lot of things, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But for
That's
now
just
we
a side
have.
thought.
Yeah, it's definitely a side thought. It would definitely change how we go about things, right? Because one of the reasons why Nosepass isn't insta-picked every time you see it is because it only starts with 1 move, and you better hope that one attacking move that it has is not like very bad, like Smog or like Explosion, where you have to deal with that.
Or
Yeah,
Beam Missile.
think the moral of the story is don't pick Krabby.
Yeah.
Last match I did, I had the tier list up like on my screen, like I screenshotted it and put it on my other monitor. This time I decided to not do it. I'm like, I understand. I know what the good Pokemon are. I'll be fine. And I was not fine. I was very not fine. I saw that HP stat and I'm like, you're lucky you have Levitate.
Would you have considered resetting if you didn't have good abilities on the Krabby, or were you like along for the ride? You weren't gonna reset.
I probably should have reset anyway, but in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't because the race was pretty close. Like as close as a PMD race can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, if
I'm glad it
we,
didn't. I'm glad I got the golden seeds because I can't imagine those last couple dungeons without those 2 golden seeds on Krabby.
the golden seeds definitely helped you out. I saw Carbasi, you got 2 golden seeds very early and decided to use both on your starter. Oh,
Yeah,
is there any?
Yeah,
Were you like?
yeah, sorry, to continue.
No, you can go. I was just gonna ask the
Oh.
question of were you like fishing for better moves, or did you just want the extra power?
Yeah, I needed a consistent attacking move because Ice Ball just didn't hit.
Yeah, we both took the Gligar. And that thing was terrible, but I picked up an Earthquake TM, so it would have been nice
too.
if it ever if it ever hit, but you know.
I had a Banette partner. Yeah. I should have gotten an Earthquake.
Well, I don't think unless your partner has Levitate, it'll hit them no matter what.
Oh.
Yeah.
And my Krabby just happened to have Levitate.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Wait, did you also have like 50 rare fossils?
No, I was very starving for rare fossils.
I didn't go to I only
went to the shop at once. And I maybe came into contact with at most 30 rare fossils the whole run. But I lost a lot of them when I died in I think I died in Foggy Forest and Apple Woods, and I took a couple deaths. I died in the first half of Steam Cave. I died all over the place.
I think I had 1 3rd floor Beach Cave and 1 13th floor Mount Horn.
I mean, no death really set me back. Like, yes, I died quantitative, more than you maybe, but like none of them were like at the end of a dungeon, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's the only benefit from your death, if we can say that is a benefit.
Yeah. I'm happy with it, I guess.
Any more closing thoughts from our 2 runners?
Well, looks like I will be playing the winner of Jirachi and Finn, and Carbasi, you'll be playing Zaboos, the winner of Zaboos versus Blanc or Diego. So you're waiting on 2 matches right now, so you're fine for a little while.
Time to practice.
Hey, that's me.
Hey, that's you.
Oh yeah. So I believe we're gonna send off right now. If you want more PMD action, there's currently another match going on SpeedGaming 6, Someone 325 versus Pascalin.
Before we go, we have a big day tomorrow. We have a match at noon. Rob the Gamer versus Yemo. It's not assigned to a channel yet. 3 p.m. Inferno Bren versus Aerophile, not assigned to a channel yet. 4 p.m. Cobral versus Lycanube on SpeedGaming 1. HG Finn versus Jirachi at 5 on SpeedGaming 1. And then Diego Lazo versus Blanc, which is one of those matches I mentioned, on SpeedGaming 1. Very busy day tomorrow.
Yep, keep your ears and eyes peeled for those matches if you would like to see them. We, in our personal Pokemon Mystery Dungeon speedrunning Discord, we announce when those are going live. If you don't want to miss a single match, that's where you go. But other than that, I've been Lycanube with my co-caster Zaboos, and we have halqery and Carbasi here as well to say goodbye. And go check out SpeedGaming 6. There's a match about halfway in progress there. It's looking pretty close currently.
Is that it?